Okay, drawing 5, the eccentric squared around. So eccentric, off center, right? Concentric, on center. This one's only off center the one way, so not too bad. So we see the half pattern over here. So obviously we can't do this half because it would be different than this half. So figure out where the half is, and it'll be symmetrical on this line right here, so for each side. So mirror image, I guess you can say. So let's go ahead and we'll check the drawing over here. I've already started. We're going to keep it fairly low down here, so 10 millimeters from the bottom for the baseline. And that's going to create enough room for the true length diagram, and then just the one pattern up over here. Also 10 millimeters from the edge of the page, and that's also going to keep it over. And we'll just 10 millimeters in between the two objects. So we only need the front view here really just for the height. That's really all it's for. And I guess this length over here is a true length, but we can put that into the true length diagram even just using that. So anyway, if you knew what the height was, really I guess you could eliminate this altogether. So really what you need is this top view over here, because obviously we're just going to get our offsets for building our little triangles in there. Okay, let's just double check here. You're 105. We got 50, so half of 100. Same with up here. And we're 50 here to center, plus another 40. So we're 90 there. We're 28. Why they went 28, I don't know. But 28 here, so just doubling that up, 56. So it is what it is for that. Okay, so let's get going on this. And the hardest thing with this one here is probably just getting organized. True length diagram here, just trying to figure out where it is. I just went 100 mils over. That's more than enough. I got lots of room up here as well. And for this pattern up here, actually, I just went off the top of this true length diagram because it's the same height here. You want that 105, 105, so I just came up the 105 from the baseline. So I just drew a line, simple as that. And then I just kind of went center-ish here, so I just came 150 over. And that will be able to create our pattern up over there, so pretty straightforward up there. The biggest thing on this one here, I think, is just getting this labeled. So let's just go A, B, C, D, and E. We'll label the outside there, and then we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, just divide that circle up as we always do, just with the radius. Step off, step back that way, and then all the way around. Okay, first, that's it. Straightforward there with that. If you want, I guess you can draw lines in here if you really want to. I don't know if it's really necessary, but kind of shows you where it's at, right? And again, this one, the B4, we really don't need it because we have this C4. Okay, when something's sloping to the one side, we'll see this after when the top or the bottom slopes, then this is not going to be 90, so then this will be heading off this way. That's when we're going to have to come up to this one. So we really don't need that one there. I'm going to draw the lines in, just kind of show this is the flat area, that's the curved area. And that's flat over there as well. Doesn't hurt to give it a little dimension. Look like an object. And I've lowered my camera a little bit, so hopefully that helps out a little bit too. So for this one here, even the A1, you can measure or use your dividers. It really doesn't matter. For me, I'm just going to use my dividers just because I'm a little far away from the page, a little hard to see. So I'm going to go with A1 here first. I'll put it on this side. Oops. We'll call this A1. A little hard to see here, but that's A1. And this is a rectangle, so these are all going to be different. B2 and 3 are going to be pretty close on top of one another. that was B1. And let's check here on, I think B3 should be a little longer. Oh, a little shorter actually. Guess I'm going the other way here with that. So B2. A little hard, I know, to see those numbers, but a little shorter here for B3. What we'll do is we'll mark this one up top. And then we don't really need B4. And C4 here is this length here, so we don't really need that. We don't need D4, and this is square up here, so D5 and 6 are going to be the same. Over here, we got tons of room over here. What do we D5 and 6 for that one, and D7. And always nice when we got lots of room. And we're going to need the E7 here eventually as well. Probably should be using my quicker dividers, but it's not too bad. Alright, E7 here on this one. This one's not going to take long. Okay, we're up top over here. So how about we just keep the B on this side and the D over here on this side. So we'll keep this one as C. First thing we need to do is step over. Again, you can use your ruler here. It's 40 millimeters. So this would be 40 millimeters over. And this will be B. This will be D over here, which would be the 50 millimeters. We need to go from C to 4 coming up. Why don't we just use the sloping side here? I think it's time to change. Do something a little faster. These dividers are twice the price. C4. Up top here. And then we'll use these other dividers for the smaller dimension. Okay, so what would be 28 there? What is that? 56 doubling up? Times 2, so we got 56 times pi. 175.9. Let's divide that into 12. 14, divide by 12. We got 14.66, and these are everything we're doing is in millimeters. Okay. And again, that would be on the curve, right? So if we came over the 14.66, the curve will actually measure out a little longer, right? So just something to kind of think about there as we're compounding, or how accurate you are coming over. So, you know, if we did shorten that up, I don't know, maybe 0.5, I mean, it's pretty difficult. We're just kind of using these dividers. They're not the most accurate. Obviously, we're not on a computer here. But we can check at the end. We can adjust at the end. In this one here, we're not going to be able to bring this up to the center like we did the last one. And we're not going to be able to check with, or double check here with radial line. Because remember, when it was on center, we're able to do the radial line, and even on the top. Not so on this one. Once they're off center, it shifts, it's off, it's not concentric. You can no longer do that. So we're going to have to snake in the top. So that's the only thing about that. Okay, so let's go ahead here. We'll do the B3. So down here, just making sure you're grabbing the correct one up to the top here. There's B3, and we're going to need to do where are we at here? D5. And there we go. So this one's 3. We got 5 over here. A quick one here on the dividers. Again, it's always nice to have the 2. Oh, and I ripped my page a little bit there. Nice to have the brown paper behind too, just for extra support. And we're coming up to B2. You're seeing the pattern here now. You're just up and down here. Yeah, you can kind of see these getting easier and easier. Like I said, they're not super difficult. D6 is the same. It just gets a little harder when they get sloping or off center. You got a couple little things to think about, or nothing worse when you get a whole bunch of these true length diagrams. That becomes a lot more work. That's why when we're building things, it's like, why can't they just build it on center? Make it simple. Nothing wrong with simple. I like simple. D7. Up here. Usually we have to offset something because something doesn't fit, because something's in the way. Like plumbing or piping or up against a wall. B1. B1 over here. A bit shorter there. And we're at the end here. Okay. So we're going to need this dimension here, which is the 50. So the B to the A, right here. And again, just make a nice big arc here because you don't really trying to guesstimate how far that is. Same with D. Construction line's always light. Object line's always dark. I'm just using the 1 pencil, the HB number 2, just obviously to darken things up. Okay, so we got 1 up here. And we need to come down, find A. So here it is here. A1. Down to there. Let's come up to 1. And we're coming down. There we go. We've established that wing over there. And then here's the E7. A little bit longer on that one. And we'll come down. There we go. E. And the most important thing is it squares up. If it does not square up, you've got some sort of an issue up top. So you've compounded, you've grown. We've done pretty good here. Sometimes we get lucky. It's good to be lucky, lucky to be good. Take it when you can. That one just spoke too soon. Let's see here. We're not too bad. What are we doing here? Like within maybe a millimeter. I'm starting to cheat a little bit. There we go. Not too bad off there. Yeah, so we squared that up. So we got a little extra material. I'd rather have extra material. And the other thing we could do is obviously just check to make sure these are the same lengths, right? And again, you'd rather be just a little big than a little small. So you can always grind a little bit off. Always hard to add it back on. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll actually maybe snake this in here first. Again, I just used the pencil side on that instead of the pen side. Pen side's got the raised edge to it. Actually, I can probably see better this way. Just the way my light is. And this is always the fun part. You're trying to hold your flexible ruler and have somebody else draw the line. There we go. Be confident on that one. Nice straight line. Watch where you're going. Every time you're drawing a line, watch where it's going. So where you want to end up. The line is always straighter when you're not staring at the pencil, but where the pencil's going. It's always better to pull your pencil down as well. Give it a little turn. Turn your pencil, that'll keep it sharp. And you don't have to sharpen your pencil so much. Unless you really like your pencil sharpener. Maybe you got a good one. There you go. Or maybe you got kids that like to sharpen pencils. Stick it in the electric pencil sharpener. And here we go. Alright, okay, so we're going through the same sheet here. Maybe this one here, just the check off list. Again, this is generally what we do on test day. Anytime you're missing something like this, we're deducting marks. Nothing for marks here today except for complete, incomplete. If it looks like this, you're good. Let's put your name on there. You're going to have to check it yourself here. That's what we do in the classroom anyway. You just check your own. This is more of a measuring thing. Yeah, we are calling this, I guess we can put eccentric. Well, short form that one. How about that? Eccentric squared around. And that will be drawing 5. Okay, we're starting to get good after 5 drawings. What else we got? Full half pattern, or half pattern here. Does it matter if we bend up or bend down? Bend that way, or it can bend that way, right? So you're gonna have, somebody's gonna have to make opposites there. So one up and one down. Put some bend lines here. Might be a bad thing to put on the template as well. One up and one down. And as we know before, these are still half bends, so we're 15, 30, 30. Just because the even division, right? Okay, still gonna need a tab out here. Something like that. Let's put a little tab. A little bend tab, I guess. And we should be able to shear that one, and shear that one, shear that one. I have to burn that one, and burn the top here. Okay, what else we got here? Center lines, bend lines, forming directions, and what shape. So what we could do, we'll just put, I guess put one up, one down. Or up. Maybe we'll just put up here on this one. Up and up. And I guess we can put one of two. Two. And then we could put it maybe an opposite. There we go. 2 opposite. Okay. Everything's construction lines to be light. Object lines straight and singular. And then object line must match this template here. And again, what we usually try to look for is your line covers this line. So the lines here, generally we're not looking for anything thicker than 1 millimeter. But anyway, make sure that lines up. It's a little joggy on this one. But that looks like it's pretty good. That's a match. Okay, that's drawing 5. Good luck. Thanks.